What's going on, Sumo? Chris here from AppSumo, and today we are joined with BrandMentions for another AppSumo product walkthrough. So BrandMentions is a web and social monitoring tool that helps you see what's being said about your brand, engage with your customers, and spy on the competition. It is available on AppSumo right now, starting off at just $49. So we're going to be diving into it in just a second. Two quick things of housekeeping before we do. Number one, if you have any questions about this tool while we're going through the webinar, you can drop those in the Q&A box below the video and we'll get you guys some answers. And if you have to pop out for any reason, we will be sending out a replay later on so you can catch the replay or rewatch any sections that you missed. But that is all I have. I will turn it over to you, Cornelia, if you want to start going with your walkthrough.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. Cornelia here from BrandMentions. I'm super happy to make this walkthrough for you guys. It's our first time on AppSumo, so be gentle with us. Hope we're doing things as best as we can and according to your needs. Yeah, so let's going. Let's get started. So if you've used the tool already, you've probably seen a screen similar to this one, right? Because you're already seeing my screen. So this is what you get when you first see BrandMentions. Social listening tool and also a web listening tool, right? Like we can see here, it's a brand monitoring tool. But I would like to share a bit of insights about us. So basically we're from somewhere from 2015. We all started, we have it our first MVP. After 1 year, we already had like 10K users. That's a lot. That was crazy. So that's why we really knew, okay, this product is really working. It's really great. It's actually useful for the people and for their brand monitoring needs. How we started the tool, basically there was nothing on the market that could meet our needs. And our needs were to have a product that could accurately monitor our brand. We already had a business, the Cognitive SEO business. It's a digital marketing and SEO tool, and we were trying to monitor it accurately. There were Google Alerts on the market. There were some other tools, really, really expensive, but none of them managed basically to meet our needs. Have a cool, nice, accurate monitor tool. So we just said, okay, let's go and build that tool. And this is what we did. So as I was telling before, 2016 already had our first 10K users. That's a lot. We got a lot of feedback. We start working on the tool a bit much more. And 2 years after, 2018 already launched the complex big BrandMentions that you're seeing now on Product Hunt. Was a really cool launch. We were the product of the day, top, and that I don't want to brag about it. With time, we started adding more and more features like real-time alerts, the quality filters, a lot of management mentions, things like that. And here we are now on AppSumo. Super happy to share this with you guys and super happy about how things are going until now. We're getting a lot of 5 tacos reviews, which is awesome. I mean, I think like 98% of all the reviews are 5 tacos, 5 stars reviews. That's awesome. We have tons of comments, questions here on the AppSumo page as well as on our support page. In the first 48 hours, in the first 2 days of selling this, of putting it online, it was really crazy, but it was good kind of crazy because we sold a lot. And now we have, I believe, more than 1,000 new users. So that's a lot. It's really nice to be here. I don't want to get you guys with a lot of data, how many mentions we deliver daily and things like that. You have it here already, but I want to jump right into the tool. So as I was saying before, once you create a project, once you're settled, once you start monitoring, be it the name of your brand, a topic, your competitor, a hashtag, a query, anything in the world, you'll get something like this. All of your mentions on web and social, right? It's important to say that this is not for big companies only, or not for small companies only. It's a product that works for everybody, be it small, be it big. It does meet your needs. And we'll also have, after the deal ends, we'll also have some nice switch upgrading options. If, let's say, you're a big agency and coupons are not enough for you, so no worries about that. Yeah, I just want to go through the tool a bit. So it's a really easy to visualize way of mentions, right? Just like you're reading your email or something. You have it, your monitored keyword right here. For instance, you see cognitive SEO is the one I'm monitoring already. And I'm having all this right here. It's super easy. Also, I'm getting the tone of the mentions. We're gonna talk about sentiment analysis in a second. You can have all kind of metrics, like the performance metrics, right? All mentions are equals, but some mentions matter more than others. That's the reality. We have a really cool thing. You can reply to tweets straight from here, right? So we reply straight from the tool. That's super easy to do, and it's very, very helpful. You can retweet right from here. I mean, all kind of functionalities, anything that you'd mind think of. You can sort them by publish date, by performance score. You can download them, do whatever you want. You see here on the left that I'm having some special segments, like for instance, important, right? You see here I have a smaller number because within important, I'm always seeing the high performance mentions. Or for instance, I have some bookmarked because yeah, I'm having some, I don't know, I might be interested in some mentions particularly, and I just bookmark them and I put them there, and it will be super easy for me to access. Or we have this really, really cool feature. I don't think other tools have it. It's called Unlinked Mentions. And if you're thinking, why is this such a big thing? Where it is. Because basically everybody wants to be on the first page of Google, right? I think you already know the joke. Where is the best place to hide a dead body? On the Google's second page. Okay, so to be on the first page of Google, you need two things. You need links and you need really good quality content. Of course, it's a long debate here. You'll need some other things as well, but these two things are highly important, right? Links and content. So if someone links to you, right? Someone mentions you, sorry, but doesn't offer you a link. It's a pity, right? I mean, it's nice, a mention is good, but it would be even cooler and nicer if you also get a link out of it. So for instance, here, right, we might have this website, somebody is mentioning cognitive SEO, yet we don't have a link. What's the best thing to do? Go to the website, check with the person that already wrote that, contact them and try to say, hey, thank you guys, that was awesome, thanks for the mention, yet would you be so nice to link to our website as well? That would be awesome. Because links leads to higher rankings in Google, and that's what we all want. So this is a really, really nice feature. It's a way to improve, not only to monitor your business, but also to improve your link building capacities, to improve your rankings, your overall business and everything. So this is really, really cool. Not going to an SEO discussion here, but keep this in mind, right? The unlinked feature. Of course, you have also spam, right? There are two ways where you can get mentions in spam, right? You can even mark them, right? I'm having a mention, I'm saying, hey, I don't need this, I just delete it, add it to spam. Or you can filter it out, right? Because we have really, really nice advanced filters. And here I can filter all my mention to see which one is spam, which is not. Then again, keep in mind, here I have some other segments, like for instance, I want to see mentions that have just more than one share. I want to see mentions that have only the positive sentiment, or the one that are linked and highly performant, and so on. How do I do this? It's super, super easy. I just go to filters, for instance, and I just add here, hey, language is, I don't know, Arabic, and I don't have any Arabic, but just for the exemplification, and the number of shares is more than, I know, 50, right? And I create a new segment with that, and I can always access it by here. So this is super useful. Also, keep in mind that you can create all sort of segments based by sentiment, what the author is, if the mention has a photo or not, text, source, it contains, let's say that, I don't know, you want to filter out, for instance, all the mentions coming from a specific social network. You don't want to see anything coming from, I know, Facebook or Reddit. You just sorted them out. You can do filters like one time, like now, or you can do them, save as a segment, and access it from here anytime you want. So this is a really high level of filtering and segmenting, and I believe it's very, very useful for you guys to better manage all your monitoring needs. Okay, let me just, okay, delete all the filters. Okay, so let's go to the dashboard. The dashboard is a feature we've recently added. Right, so here you see everything, all the metrics you have at a glance, right? Remember that here you can also, I'm not going to go through the details, but you can see here, right, data from the last week, month or so. You can choose what segment you want to see, right? Only the important, only the positive. Remember the segments we created before? Yet you can see a dashboard, especially with those only, right? You can see all, I'm going to leave it like for all data. Here I have like an overview, the number of mentions, the backlinks, reach, positive, and let's see what everything here is. Okay, as I was saying before, the dashboard allows you to have an overview. You can create dashboard for all of your projects. For instance, you can, I don't know, don't add as a project your brand only. I would recommend you to add as a project, I don't know, your competitors as well, or topics you're interested in, or hashtags, or anything that's trending in your industry. I would personally do that because it's a really good process to keep your digital marketing strategies up. So saying, I can see here the latest backlinks or the latest mentions. Also, I have here a small input. So this is BrandMentions, is a brand monitoring tool, but does more than that. It goes the extra mile. So you also get links, right? Pretty cool. You can see all the links here. If we click on view more here, basically you'll get to see all your mentions, right, having a link. See, linked, right? How cool is that? Okay, you can see the top influencer, the top sites that mentioned you the most. Also, this is the search trends, also a novelty. So here is the average number of searches per month for the specific keyword you're monitoring. And also this is the trend of search, right? Ups and downs. This is the sentiment, overall sentiment. So you can see by day, week, month, whatever you want, how many of your mentions were positive, negative, neutral. Okay, what was the sentiment, what was the tone about? You can see the reach and the performance per day, also the sources. You have some really nice color charts here with locations, right? Where are your mentions coming from? Highly important. Which is the most prolific day for you guys? For instance, for us here is Friday, since then we have the most mentions. It's important to see that and to, I don't know, adjust that to your digital marketing strategy. What are the languages that are mentioning you, the trending hashtags that, again, I was mentioning early that you can monitor your hashtags as well. What's the context of mentions, and so on. So use the dashboard for all, every time you want to have a glance, right? And you want to have an idea of how your project is going, what are the latest mentions, latest backlinks, like an overview, right? And we're gonna add some nice capabilities to this dashboard in the next few weeks. We're gonna talk about that. Also, here we have the influencers. Okay. Also, this is a page where you can see, you can filter here. We can sort by mentions, by reach, by impressions. Okay. So you can see, I don't know, which are the guys, which are the person that mentioned you most, what's their impression, the reach, and also what is the date, right? Pretty nice. Of course, you can see that on Twitter, YouTube, Reddit. It depends on your needs. Also, you can see the top sites, right? So these are the sites that mentioned us the most. Say number of mentions, what's the performance, and what is the date as well. I'm gonna go now to smart alerts. I think you're gonna love this module. And I'm not saying that because I am from BrandMentions and I'm trying to convince you guys for things here. I'm just gonna go to a walkthrough, but I really believe you're gonna like this. So for instance, let's say that you don't want to log in within the tool each time you want to see your new mentions, right? You just want to go on the beach, stay in, drink your pina colada, enjoying the sun, and have all the alerts on your phone. You just create a new alert. Here you can add all your mentions, only the important, positive, depends on the segment that you want, right? Remember that you have filters, really high customizable filters. So add here anything that you might think of, what is the domain, the performance, the sentiment, anything that you want to be notified by. You can also leave all mentions, of course. Add the email address you want the mention to be sent. You can receive it daily, weekly, or instant, right? If you're a control freak, you want it just as it happens. If you're more right now relaxed, laid off, you can have a weekly report with them as you wish. And you also have this thing here, the spike alert. So what is the spike alert? It's like the mentions on the alerts on the top of alerts, right? You're going to receive also a big alert when things are getting, I know, unusual. If, for instance, on a daily basis, you receive something like 15 mentions, but all of a sudden you have like 15, 50 or 60, then you'll get a spike alert. Hey, you're having an extra boost of mentions, right? Here's what's happening. So that's really nice. So even if you have weekly alerts, but you leave the spike alert on, you're gonna receive that. Hey, you have an unusual activity, right? This is going on. Of course, all the settings, you can receive all, if you have several projects, you can receive all your email, all your alerts into one email. You can receive dozens of emails as you wish. Remember that you can do as many, you can create as many of smart alerts as you want. So keep that in mind, is really important. And I think is a really plus because you can do lots of segments, right? And you can create alerts based on those needs. Okay. Of course, we also have report, right? No job is done until the paperwork is done. Here, things are pretty simple. Of course, you can fully white label your account and your reports. You can customize everything that's here. You can choose what to see and what not to see within the reports. And you choose, okay, what's the period of time you want to get the report on. Add some comments page, write your white label, everything. You also have some schedule options, okay? So if you don't want to, you have clients that you want to send automatic reports to them, I don't know, every Tuesday of the month, or I don't know, as you wish. You just schedule your reports here, put whatever you want, all the data, have your message, and that's pretty much it. You can get your clients to get your reports on time. You don't have to worry about forgetting to send those reports and stuff like that. It's all automated. It's all here. If you're interested on how a report looks like, simply generate. So here is how a report looks like. Okay. Of course, you can customize it as you want, as saying before, but you're having some highlight data like, the mention history here, some counts, what are the top mentions, the domains, what is the overall sentiment, the languages, performance. Yeah, you'll get it. Just play around with it and you'll love it. It has a really nice eye candy look. So it will be great for your customers. What I also want to dig in just a little bit, without being too geeky, it's a bit of the project settings, because when you first create a project, you'll have your main brand name you'll add there, or a topic or a competitor or whatever interests you. But it's very important to get these things right, and these things are the keywords, right? So if I fine-tune this as much as possible, I will get results as accurate as possible. For instance, the brand name I have is Cognitive SEO, but I put this within one name. I put this like this, Cognitive and SEO, cognitiveseo.com. Also, it's highly important to, I don't know, add the exclude words if it's the case. For instance, if you're having like a generic brand, you're having like Apple or Orange or Blue Media or stuff like that. Those are generic names, and you'll say, hey, I get tons of mentions with maybe unnecessary, mentions. I don't want to find out about all the mentions that contains the word Orange or the word Apple. So it's important the exclude keywords to add things that you don't want to receive mentions for. If you were Apple, add here like exclude keywords like fruits, right? In my case, I have Cognitive SEO. If it's something with cognition, I might put here neuroscience, for instance, because I know cognitive cognition, but I don't want to receive mentions related to that. Also, if I want to receive mentions, for instance, with Cognitive SEO, but I want to receive mentions only cognitive that contains Cognitive SEO, my brand name, but also a digital marketing tool, right? So I just add here digital marketing at a required keywords. You might find this familiar, because this is a sort of Boolean's search, and or all the Google operators you might be familiar with. We try to put them in a more user-friendly way here. So fine-tuning your keywords, it's a really important step, and it's a really important process in all this. Add them, and you'll see that you'll get very accurate results, right? Just play a bit, play around with them, and you'll see. Remember that you can add your websites. You can choose to exclude mentions coming from your own domains. You can turn on the quality filters, right? If you feel that you receive, I don't know, not that much mentions, you can switch it off whenever time you have. You can switch on real-time monitoring, right? For all the AppSumos that buy 2 coupons, they will have real-time monitoring possibilities. You can choose the language, countries. You can also exclude mentions coming from your own social accounts. Another really cool thing. Choose the sources you want to monitor. Let us know if you want extra mention sources, right? Okay, don't forget about the backlink monitoring. If you want us to do backlink monitoring for you as well, you have to connect your Google Analytics account and add your website. It's really super easy, and it will be very easy for you to use. Some other things I want to show you is the quick research, right? As we don't have a lot of time to discuss this, I'm gonna show you how it works. So here I'm having a quick research results. I added something like Superman and Batman, right? Because you can search for a topic, you can use all the operators, and without anything that's in your mind, you'll have a guide right when you start the quick research tool here to help you out with this. This is different than the project mentions, right? So here, just to clarify something, we have these 2 types of mentions, right? We have all mentions from here, and we also have the number of mentions from here. If we go on the AppSumo page, we're gonna see these 2 things: instant mentions and historical mentions. So historical mentions are all the mentions that are within your project. You can manage them, you can filter them out, you can, I don't know, delete them, do whatever you want with them. These are the historical mentions. We'll keep on adding data about them. This one, the instant mentions are basically these ones, right? The one coming from the quick research. And you have many more mentions like this one, because this is a really quick search. If you want just a quick review on anything, if you see, okay, I've done a quick research, I also want to add it as a project, feel free to do it from here. Right, so hopefully you get the difference. The quick research, as the name says, is just for quick, I don't know, you just want to make, so quick researches on some topics on anything. And the other one are the one that you want to monitor ongoing, to get data on it, to get alerts and stuff like that. Okay. Another thing that hopefully I didn't forget to mention here is that you see that you'll have the possibility of filtering your data, all data, and so on. But when you first create your account, you'll get your mentions for the past 30 days, so for the past month. Yet we offer you the possibility to extract the historical data for up to 1 year. Yeah, so that's a really big thing at no extra costs. I've already extracted for the project, but if you haven't already, you're gonna see here a big blue button which says extract historical data. So use it with confidence. If you're still wondering what BrandMentions can do for you, I just want to shortly, in a couple of minutes, show you some really nice use cases from our clients. So for instance, reputation management. I think most of our clients are interested in this, in reputation management. This is one of the case. It's a cosmetics company that wrote us that, hey, we found this really nasty comment on Facebook we wouldn't have found otherwise. And as you can see here, as you're reading, it says, I will be not ordering from this company again. So yeah, this is really good for reputation management. You can receive negative alerts, negative mentions. You can reply on them on the spot. And if you know who's talking badly about you online, you can step up and do something about it. This is really good also for reviews, you know, when you're seeing all the reviews and you can react. You can find everything that's being talked about you in the online, or be it web or social, and being able to react on the spot. It's a really big thing. I think this person here on Facebook was really upset about I don't know, something with delivery. So the guys could react on the spot about this and save the situation a bit. Also, business intelligence. What do I mean by business intelligence? You can find out about things that you haven't otherwise. So for instance, we have some guys, they're from a travel agency. They're not Airbnb, right? Another travel agency, but they also monitored Airbnb. And they found out that they're offering some free coupons, $35 off. So they didn't know about this offer. And so their offer wasn't competitive enough. So using BrandMentions, they found out that, hey, those guys are having this offer, maybe we should put something similar. So it was really a big thing for them. Also, competitor spying, same guys, just basically realized that Airbnb have, they have a new, I know, niche, like Airbnb for beauty. So it's a new niche they discovered just by spying on their competitor with BrandMentions. Really nice. Infringements of all sorts. For instance, we at Cognitive SEO, we found out that there are some guys that are, I know, selling free accounts on their page. So this is how we found out about them, by using BrandMentions. Also, 24/7 brand monitoring. This is a small coffee shop from Ireland. So by using BrandMentions, they figure out that they are mentioned in sites like this, on travel sites. So I say, hey, that's pretty nice, that's pretty cool. So they contacted other similar sites like this, you know, traveling sites and so on, and asked them to add their name there and mention there, and I don't know, have some special offers on that for them. So these are just a few of the use cases from our user, directly inspired from our users. Lots of you asked, and probably will keep on asking or are asking themselves right now, how is BrandMentions different than other tools? So each tool has their own strengths. But I believe the BrandMentions strength is the fact that we do believe to have the widest web mention database. I mean, we have a really huge database. We also get to know to find mentions in PDFs, even YouTube's and other social networks not covered by other tools. We are being also told by our users that other tools report less mentions than we do. So that's very good to have this endorsement from our users. We also give fresh content. If you've seen earlier, we also have the smart alerts that will give you instant mentions or real-time data, or fresh data. Also, this is very important if you're doing reputation management, right? If you want to see who's talking about your brand and what, you want to reply on the spot. This is highly important to have fresh content. I mean, there are other tools that are reporting mentions from a couple of days. So that's really helpful when it comes to this. And a lot of coverage when it comes to social networks. Also, I made like a chart. Hopefully it's clear enough what BrandMention has or has better than other tools. The real-time alerts, some of them you may say, okay, but the other tools have them as well. Yes, they might, but they don't have them on the standard version, right? They have it even on upper plans or on big monies or stuff like that. So this is what we offer on the standard plan, right? Without extra requests and so on. We have a big social media coverage. We have unlimited social media accounts and websites you can add. That's a big plus. We have really advanced filters, as hopefully you can see, segments, in-depth analytics, Boolean search, of course, it's really, really advanced. We offer 5 years of historical data storage. Other tools offer that only for really, really high upper plans. We offer 1 year look back historical mentions at no extra cost. So we offer that for everybody with no extra money included. We have the website traffic monitoring, right? The backlinks that we've just talked about, and the Unlinked Mentions feature, again, included in the standard package. That's really awesome. And I think I might be wrong, sorry for that, but I believe we're the only tool that's offering this for the moment. Also lots of quality and spam filters, things that other tools have it as well, but I thought they were worth mentioning here. Sentiment analysis, hashtag monitoring, and other apps integrations. You've seen you can put some Zapier apps there, or you can connect your Google Analytics and other things. Some technicalities here. Right, told you we have big database sources, and we have really advanced crawling processes. We aggregate and look through like trillion, like on a monthly basis, I believe like 3 trillion or something like this, 3 trillion pages on a monthly basis. That's really a lot. We have what else? I see the Boolean search. You've seen it on the quick research, right? With the and, or, and everything, Superman and Batman, if you want to receive mentions that contain several words, or we have the required keywords, the excluded keywords on the project settings. We also have really high filtering and segments. Then again, I believe we were the only tool that offer segmentation like this, and the possibility to create segments as you wish, to create reports based on segment, to create I don't know, alerts based on segments. That's really a really important feature we've been working on. Smart alerts, they are unlimited. You can add as many smart alerts as you want, and you can get instant notifications about them. What social mentions we can report? We report, basically, you've seen Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, webs, forums, blogs, anything you name, reviews, comments, everything you name it. We cannot report, I don't know, data coming from closed groups on Facebook. I don't think that's even illegal according to their terms and conditions. So basically, you can report anything that's public data. Okay, and the historical data, I mentioned before that we can keep your data up to 5 years of storage, and also we offer you on the spot 1 year of extra historical data. The future improvements, the things we're already working on. So in the really near future, you're gonna have the possibility of comparing projects and competitors. You can create reports based on segments. That's something a lot of people required. You're gonna have publicly shared reports, so you'll have real-time data, right? You create a report, you can share your URL with someone else. We're also working on WhatsApp and Slack integration, CNAME white label, case-sensitive keyword monitoring, adding more languages and countries. We have a lot of languages and countries, but you guys are for so many places, and yeah, even more languages and countries. Are coming. And we also do some reporting and filter improvements. We know there's always room for better, so we're gonna work on them. I just wanna show you a quick preview from the compare. So this is how the compare is going to look like, right? You're gonna have two projects and you have everything here side on side. Also here's how it's going to look like the shared dashboard, right? You have the dashboard and you're gonna have an URL you can publicly share with someone else. I think it's really useful for reporting this feature. Don't forget that you can review us anytime here on the BrandMentions page on AppSumo. You can add your suggestions anytime here, and you can chat with us at support. One more thing I want to show you guys. So we have a public roadmap, right? What you can do here on the feedback.brandmentions.com is make your own suggestions or your feedback or your improvements. As you can see, each of them are upvoted by the community, and based on the upvotes, we're gonna start working on specific integration and specific features. Of course, we cannot work on all of them in a short time, but the more votes they get, we will say that, hey, this is really important for our users, so we're gonna keep implementing that as soon as possible. Saying, for instance, a lot of you guys asked for us to increase the keyword limits. We did that like in 24 hours after releasing. So we're really up to date and we're trying to keep the tool really relevant for you. Behind the thing that we want to offer you a good deal, we also want to honestly offer you a product that you can use on an everyday basis and that you're happy with it. We really want that. Also, here on the roadmap, you can see what we're working on, what are the next feature suggestions, and the feedback. So please feel free to add here anything as anytime you want. We also work a lot of a help page. So you have this page of the help brand mentions. You just search here for whatever you want and you'll get tons of results based on this. So yeah, this was like a very quick overview of the product. Chris told me just 10 minutes. I know it's been 40. Sorry, Chris.
No, that was great. Thank you so much for going through all of that. I think we covered a bunch of material. I'm sure everyone on here is super stoked to have seen that. Hopefully everyone is excited about BrandMentions if you haven't already purchased it, or if you have. But if you haven't, again, it is available on AppSumo right now, starting off at just $49. It's a super cool tool, so hope you all check it out. Again, it's all backed by the AppSumo 60-day guarantee, so feel free to get it set up, play around with it, see what you like, and let us know what you think. If you have any other further questions about BrandMentions, you can drop those on the AppSumo deal page, and we'll get answers out to you there. But thank you all for joining us. Cornelia, thank you so much for diving in and going through all of that. Really appreciate it.
Yeah,
awesome.
Thank you very much, everybody. Don't forget, leave us a review if you want on the AppSumo page. Go to the feedback for improvements, and you can contact us on the chat anytime you want. We try to be not 24/7, but as active as we can on Fridays evenings and on Sundays and Saturdays as well. So yeah, we're here for you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Sumo
Links, thank you for joining us. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.